Breaking: it is now confirmed that Kamala Harris cheated and rigged the debate. Kamala was given the questions before the debate. Kamala was told that she would not be fact-checked no matter what she said and that Trump would be fact-checked. I will be releasing an affidavit from an ABC whistleblower regarding the debate. I have just signed a non-disclosure agreement with the attorney of the whistleblower. The affidavit states how the Harris campaign was given sample questions, which were essentially the same questions that were given during the debate, and separate assurances of fact-checking Donald Trump and that she would not be fact-checked. Accordingly, the affidavit states several other factors that were built into the debate to give Kamala a significant advantage. I have seen and read the affidavit, and after the attorney blacks out the name of the whistleblower and other information that could dox the whistleblower, I will release the full affidavit. I will be releasing the affidavit before the weekend is out. Remember when Kamala wouldn't attend Netanyahu's speech in Congress because she had an urgent meeting with her sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha? Lindsay Davis, the moderator, belongs to the same sorority. Was she there with Kamala to coordinate the debate ambush? And why did Kamala's BFF, best friends forever, Dana Walden, ABC, select a black woman as debate moderator, creating the visual of two black women and a soy boy Wokey against Trump?
President Trump, how would you negotiate with Netanyahu and also Hamas in order to get the hostages out and prevent the killing of more innocent civilians in Gaza?
If I were president, it would have never started. If I were president, Russia would have never, ever, I know Putin very well, he would have never, and there was no threat of it either, by the way, for 4 years, have gone into Ukraine and killed millions of people when you add it up, far worse than people understand what's going on over there. But when she mentions about Israel, all of a sudden, she hates Israel. She wouldn't even meet with Netanyahu when he went to Congress to make a very important speech. She refused to be there because she was at a sorority party of hers. She wanted to go to the sorority party.
Senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram has details tonight from Capitol Hill.
Netanyahu's speech, an American flashpoint.
How dare any member of Congress show up to hear his lies?
Swarms of pro-Palestinian protesters occupying a Capitol office building. Capitol Police making arrests, with staffers for one Democratic Congressman, Dan Kildee, barricading themselves inside their office as protesters banged on the doors. Protesters not welcome near the Capitol for the speech, a giant fence encircling the complex. But Republicans say Netanyahu is welcome.
It has never been more crucial to show the world that America stands unequivocally with our most precious ally, Israel.
But absent Vice President Harris in Indianapolis for a pre-scheduled event.
My name is Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, and I am the International President and CEO of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And now it is my honor to introduce the first woman to be elected Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Top ABC and Disney exec is taking heat for being buddy-buddy with Vice President Kamala Harris. Dana Walden is her name, and she helps lead ABC News and Disney as a personal connection with the VP, leading to criticism about the upcoming presidential debate on ABC, some saying it's a conflict of interest. News Nation's Alicia Nieves joins us now to break it all down. Alicia, how much control would Walden actually have over this debate?
Well, good morning, Nick. Certainly a fair question. I think it requires a little bit of context here, though, right? In terms of why there's so much scrutiny, that context, well, typically for, the better part of the last couple of decades, in the 1980s, presidential debates have been held by the nonpartisan and nonprofit organization Commission for Presidential Debates. This year, for the first time, CNN held, and then now ABC is going to hold a debate that they directly kind of control. So that level of control mixed with now this relationship that's come under scrutiny is leading to all of this kind of concern. And so we dug in a little bit to see if that's warranted, right? We learned and dug into who this executive is. As you mentioned, Dana Walden. She is, kind of considered to be one of the next in line to replace Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, when his contract is up in 2026. To understand her power currently, though, at Disney, she oversees about 18 businesses across the Disney empire, and according to Disney, is only involved in ABC News' division's corporate matters like budget and staffing. So to kind of answer your question here a little bit, they say she has no direct editorial decision-making when it comes to ABC News. Now, Walden and Harris, though, their relationship, that's something we also looked into. They are friends. They have been friends for decades. Harris has even credited the Disney executive for her marriage to her husband, and certainly the set gentleman. We looked into just how generous this friendship is between Walden and Harris in terms of her supporting Harris's campaigns over the years, and found, according to the data from the Federal Election Commission, we've seen that Walden has contributed nearly a dozen times to the Harris campaign over the past decade, totaling just over around $50,000. To be fair, though, here, right, Walden is not the only kind of executive of a major network that has a relationship to one of the presidential candidates. Of course, we know President Trump has had really close relationships to anchors and even executives at Fox News. The difference, though, here is that ABC is the only one confirmed to host a presidential debate, in the upcoming weeks.
Alicia, though, quickly, before you go, has ABC News indicated that they may back away from the debate over this friendship coming to light?
Actually, quite the opposite. It seems like ABC News is very much kind of on the defense here, submitting into, if you would, the court of public opinion, evidence showing that that's not going to be necessary. They're trying to reiterate this message that although there's a perception of a conflict of interest, that's not necessarily the reality. And in terms of that evidence they're using to support, they say that Walden, again, has no editorial control over the debate. That comes from, quote, ABC News management and seasoned journalists. The network also adding that since 2022, when ABC News actually came under Walden's purview, again, from a corporate stance, that she no longer held fundraisers for Harris. So far as we know, the presidential debate with ABC News going to go forward on September 10th, even amid all this scrutiny. Nick?